Alrighty, Super Metroid fans, we are back here for game two of this best of three matchup between Kipp and Eddie. We will be getting underway here shortly. Um, Kipp with the win in the first game is up 1-0, only needs one more win to seal this series and, make his way into the top eight of this tournament. Eddie obviously looking to strike back here. And yeah, we're back with you once again. My name's DJ Webb on commentary, along with Adam and Aussie on tracking.
Woohoo! Let's do it. Game number two. Game one was fun. Definitely a couple interesting early routing choices by both runners. Kipp up 1-0. Let's see if Eddie can win this race and send us to game number three, or if Kipp is going to sweep Eddie 2-0 to advance in the lower bracket.
Yep. Only a few more moments. As you can see, our runners are typing to each other in the past, looking at race time, getting things started. And yeah, there we go. We're off again. We will see what our next race has in store for our runners.
And the fact that we're not starting out at series station is kind of crazy. I'm kidding. All right. We are working on audio, so don't worry about that. Here it comes.
Yeah, everything's taken care of. We're all good here.
We all Gucci. All right, Eddie. I mean, not Eddie. DJ. Not the Eddie screen. Well, we had Plasma last time. What are we going to find besides Morph Ball and Retro Brain?
I'm going to be really boring and say an energy tank.
That's not boring, because that was also my guess.
I mean, statistically, it's just the most likely item by far.
Hey, it's an energy tank. Look at that.
So yeah, potentially, obviously, we haven't talked to the runners in as much as I like to purport, so I am not a mind reader. I do not actually know what people are thinking. The lack of E-Tank could have been something that contributed to Kipp doing a little bit of a non-standard start and not checking the meme route portal. Here, we're going to have plenty of energy, although both of them did get some enemy damage and missed the D-boost at least once on Kipp's side, so not going to be full, but, plenty of health to take a hit and still be fine with those big side hoppers.
Yep. More like rude hoppers, am I right? Oh, no supers. Okay, that's interesting. So we get missiles, we get power bombs. Hopefully it's some supers overheaded towards meme route. Well, we shall see. Eddie is out to a little bit of a lead. But that can change very quickly.
And
Kipp
is doing the same play again.
Kipp!
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if this is. Well, I'm really not sure. I have a lot of I've had a lot of conversations with Kipp about a lot of things here. Oh goodness. Oh, dude.
Kipp looking like he wants us to pay off yet again. Not going to surprise me to see Kipp check 232 to try to find some supers.
Oh goodness. I was about to talk about Kipp, and then Eddie found in Main Street. A lot of people, if they find the top of West Meridian, they will fall down there. That one, it's a lot riskier because you only got one more fall down. So I don't mind that. Saying no to that map station and just taking the safer route. But yeah, I was gonna say I've had a lot of conversations with Kipp about a lot of things randomizer wise, and he's got his way of doing things. What they are for each individual race as it comes up, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not only am I not privy to those, I wouldn't ask him. I'm not sure he would tell anyway. But doing this twice in a row leads me to believe that this was a deliberate decision he made.
Yes.
For reasons I couldn't necessarily tell you, but
he's racing Eddie. That's clearly a reason, in my opinion. And Kipp, by the way, found supers. So he did go check 230 and did get his first super pack.
Yeah, and that's big here because, as is typical when you check the meme route portal with only 5 power bombs, you run out after Old Mother Brain. So Eddie doesn't have that check available to him right now. He'd have to ship refill and come back, which is
Yep.
pretty likely. Well, it's pretty likely. It's pretty strong. Is a strong way to say it. I would say
Scope!
somewhat likely, as we find an X-ray scope, which is one of the few we didn't see last run. But
That's okay. No one missed it. Did anyone else miss it? I'm gonna be trolled by the X-ray lovers in chat. It's a good item. Just not my favorite. Oh, hello, Vanilla Energy Tank.
yeah, things could get pretty interesting pretty quickly here, especially if Eddie doesn't check those 230 missiles. Depending on where we go, supers could be very, very crucial. And kind of regardless of where we go, you want supers, and if you're having to, check things in a little bit of a suboptimal way, as Kipp wants potentially some late game info with that check of the Gauntlet Miners, as well as it is net 1, additional power bomb.
Yep. And where are we going? Crocodor. Yeah, I said Crocodor, chat. Deal with it.
Okay, so Eddie is making this check. This is good. He's gonna have all 3 miners and not get into potentially awkward situations wherever we end up going. As a top of Red Tower, you want supers if you're coming here.
Red Tower wanted to take a little bit of Green Bryn Star's thunder. Instead of the Green Bryn Star door for top of Green Bryn, we got top of Red Bryn. Maybe you could say the Red Bryn Star elevator was a little green with envy. Like I said, folks, the bad jokes are here for all 3 races. It's all good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out mid-late game. Obviously, the information that Eddie has at that portal, it's not the greatest information just because, if you're in a position where it's like, I could fall down West Meridian, I know I'm not, like, stuck if map station gives me nothing. Mima's probably the door you least want to be, taking and getting back to the rest of the map that way. But, it is, the other thing about it is that it's
go ahead.
One of the less likely checks, unless we find gravity somewhat early on, that Kipp finds that from the other side and alleviates the worries of that being some isolated dead end that he needs to come back to. But yet to be determined how important that information is.
Yep. Well, listen, that Main Street door race 1 was very important. Could turn out to be important here again.
Yes, it could.
Kipp is gonna find back a wreck ship.
Yeah, so far not a lot to speak about here in this Red Bryn Star. Obviously, we found 2 upper Norfolk portals. We don't have the most energy, so home runs aren't the most appetizing thing in the world right now. But it is a thing we could do from both the croc door and the single chamber door. We'll see what this major holds for us, but
Spacer door. It has just some energy.
Yep. So as far as Red Towers go, X-ray notwithstanding, which we could see this time on Eddie's side, he's got better energy than he had last seed at this juncture.
Yes.
But not a ton here so far that our runners want. So
Eddie
potentially big play
X-ray.
here. As well as another transition check. Oh, it's a Kraid Slayer.
Hello, Kraid Slayer.
So it's interesting. So for those of you who are maybe not as knowledgeable as some others about how these randomizer seeds work and the logic, the game wants you to check that portal if you have either gravity or high jump. Speaking of high jump.
Speaking of.
So that actually makes it more interesting because that X-ray check is definitely not in logic. So that can lend you some information as far as what the boss here and the items that are potentially locked behind it entail. And like I said, the fact that we just found high jump exactly there makes it a lot more interesting because this check, X-ray, logic has some. It has some easy ways to be in logic and some complicated ways to be in logic. The easy ways are obviously grapple and space jump.
And this
No
is
issues
gonna
there.
be fancy.
And the harder ways involve some energy requirements as well as basically items that make it so that you do not have to do the final crossing of the gap with a D-boost. You either need ice beam, bombs, high jump speed, high jump spring ball. So knowing, especially from Eddie's end with the the additional information of the high jump boots, knowing some things about how this portal potentially gets into logic could be interesting. It could also not really matter, and the runners could not care. But Phantom, maybe the most interesting boss in Boss Rando, just because it locks all of the items in Wreck Ship, no matter where it is. Any other area with the boss, most of the items are still available regardless. So
Yeah, with the exception of Kraid's Lair. The
yeah.
Kraid Closet. Goodbye, Phantoon!
So we shall see how these red tower plays have worked out. Obviously, early X-ray check that a lot of people like to do, pretty much no matter what, if they have, decent enough energy. Kipp is not one of those people. We've seen that this race. And most often I've, anecdotally seen in these seats that it is not the most rewarding play, but this is one of those times where high jump is one of the bigger rewards in the game, and depending on how the rest of this plays out. I mean, Kipp could get that very, very late. He could not get it at all, and that kind of movement advantage, item-wise over an opponent for
Huge.
maybe 50 of the 60 minutes of this seed, that could be massive.
Yep. Kipp and Eddie high-fiving in Kraid's Lair. Kipp gonna find back of Lower Norfair.
And yeah, still we haven't this Cradslayer was a good find here in Red Tower. We found nothing else good here.
No,
those high jump
it gets it out of the way.
notwithstanding.
This could be Green Brand. Is this Green Brand? Oh, the business center.
Yeah, frankly, that was being something that you could actually do was really good.
Really? Really? Front of Lower Norfair? Come on, game.
Interesting
Game!
little loop
Game!
there with Lower Norfair, kind of in one part of the map exactly.
Hey, game. Listen, we don't have Varia yet. Why you shove both Lower Norfair doors in our faces? Sincerely, the commentators. Please answer. Thank you.
I think the answer is it's why not. That's what I'm going with.
Pretty much.
So yeah, we're here in Business Center. We're gonna get this ice beam check. Only a reserve. Not the reward probably we were hoping for. If depending on what this item is, power runs from this side of Upper Norfair are, not necessarily the most appetizing. The issue kind of is from Kipp's perspective. The other options available in the seat are also kind of unappetizing with regards to,
Pretty.
retraversing all of Red Brent Star if you want to get back to criteria, or if you go back into Red Tower, you could come out on the other side of Bubble Mountain. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well have just done it from this side, probably.
Yeah.
But we'll
Sorry,
see how
that
the
was a
energy works
pretty
out.
reverse mock ball. Kipp said it twice in each game. That was pretty. Nicely done. Just a couple missiles here from Kipp. It'll be interested to see what we have at high jump. Gravity!
So
nice to have you last seed, Gravity.
So as it turns out, that is definitely the logical progression to the two. High jump's not gonna be in logic for a little bit potentially, but that definitely actually almost certainly sends them to Wreck Ship. You don't really have the energy to do hull runs. You got to go back into upper or Red Bryn, and then that middle portal takes you to the back of Wreck Ship, which this Gravity lets you do for free. So I think that's where we're going.
Yeah, back of wreck ship makes sense. Like you said, that gravity suit puts X-ray in logic.
Not X-ray, just the
It's not
tube
X-ray?
portal.
Tube portal, thank you. Which
That's where
allows us to get to
Fantune was.
grade.
Yeah.
Another high
Yeah.
five.
Chat's making a
Eddie.
great point here. We have 5 supers. That's it. It's not the greatest thing that, the world's ever seen as far as, ammo. Obviously, haven't done Green Bryn, haven't done, the side of Upper Norfolk with all the miners. So you're not expecting to have, a plethora of miners, but the ones we do are mostly missiles.
Correct.
And we'd rather have supers, past a certain point. But yeah. Once again, pathing wise, Kipp is going to be ahead because of decisions that were made early on. But Eddie has both some knowledge over Kipp as well as a high jump boots, and both of those can be pretty significant. Especially chat's pointing out right now. Like I think more than likely Kipp isn't doing X-ray here, and with that not being done here, getting back to it's not going to be really on his way. Kind of ever looking at this map layout until you want to go to Lower Norfair. So, he's going to be rocking, the beginning of the game jump height. But yeah, we've got 3 majors here we can check for sure. If somehow speed shows up again, we have 4. But, there's also a boss here. We can kill Dragon now with the gravity suit. Still wouldn't be the best Dragon, like we were talking about last time with, the items that they have. Like, 30 and 5 is not the greatest ammo, and it is just an ammo Dragon kill for here. So curious to see what this holds. This is also, if you've already got Fantune done, you kind of like coming from this way, especially with gravity suit, because this check's just right here for you.
One of these runners has high jump, one doesn't. Not gonna matter. Ooh. Bombs. Let's go. Good
Bombs
find
can be
in my
pretty
opinion.
nice here. You do only have 10 power bombs for now, so, I'm not going to say no to them. Don't necessarily have to worry as much about power bomb usage. Funny thing about area is it removes like quite a lot of power bomb requirements that the vanilla game has, depending on how the portals are laid out. Sometimes the only thing you literally need power bombs for at all is Lower Norfair Wasteland towards Ridley. That's not true because of the tube, which is also power bomb blocks, was needed to take you to Kraid's lair, but we've got them and we're happy about it, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kipp taking the save here again. If this is Dragon, if this is Ridley, can't really do it. We don't have the ammo, we don't have charge beam, we don't have Varia.
Dragon would be fine, it would just be kind of slow. Ridley would not be fine.
Alright, we can do that crystal flash strat, that's right.
We've got gravity. The issue is just how long
right.
it's going to take. It's not about, whether or not it's doable. And that is, that's Kraid, or no, it's Dragon. So this could potentially actually be a pretty big Kipp advantage here. As far as vanilla runs go, Kipp has quite a lot of experience in the low ice category. I don't know if Eddie has run that at all, and if he has, it's definitely not extensive. I'm going to check the leaderboards real quick. But this kind of fight, if you're not experienced with it, and you don't necessarily know what the best strategies are, it could take a while. Because like I said, your ammo is not great here. Not only is your max 35, Kipp didn't even have that going in, and like we can see on Eddie's side, he's at 17-2, and he's got to use a couple of supers to get down there anyway. So depending on the RNG of the drops, and as well as how the runners handle this, like I said, this could be quite a bit of time in Kipp's favor.
Yes.
Somebody in chat can correct me, but I'm looking down this leaderboard and I don't see an Eddie run in any kind of place where I would expect him given his skill. So we shall see how this goes. So far, drops aren't being the kindest for Kipp, but he's handling it well as he knows how. So yeah, let's see what we do. There was also it makes sense because of how you do this with the save, but if you wanted to, you could have done like, left and right super before the save, which is a little bit less efficient, but like, that minor and also maybe even that major could have been things that helped you a lot with this boss, but for both of them, they're not going to have either of those.
It's a good point made by chat. That finally getting a super drop, Kipp.
Yeah. I'm no drop table expert, but just from watching experience, the super drop rate on these things not the greatest. And yeah, there's Kipp's fight. About as well as you're gonna see this done in this scenario. And yeah, and Eddie's ammo coming in here was even worse than Kipp's, like I said.
High
and
five.
Just doesn't have the experience in this fight that he
Yep. Oh,
his counterpart does.
Hello, Plasma, best beam in the game.
So yeah, I think Kipp's happy about this. He's one of the people that's always talking about rando boss fights somewhat can get trivialized. They can be a lot easier than their counterparts in the vanilla game and such. This was not necessarily one of those cases. Like this was pretty close to the low ice fight for Kipp. Like you had a lot more missiles, but you had half the supers, which pretty much balances out. Power bombs don't do anything for you. Like kind of what you expect. The bigger max, especially for the missiles, is helpful because you can carry a lot more and you're farming for drops. So that is a difference, but otherwise, laid that a little bit too early. But no harm, no foul. And yeah, this E-Tank wouldn't have been any difference time-wise. And also the other difference in this fight compared to low ice, no charge beam, which charge shots as well as pseudo screws are helpful in this fight if you can take advantage of them. Yeah, so far, I think Eddie's doing pretty well. Grab isn't the biggest deal here. It's just the lower ammo going.
Neither one of these checks would have helped.
I mean, you're not going to say no to 500 extra at the beginning, but yeah.
No, but still, it still would have been about the same length of fight.
So, once again, saying no to Attic, at least for now.
Kipp, go to Attic. You messed this up last time. If I yell loud enough, will you hear me? No, he won't. Plus, with
considering his finish time, I don't think he's too upset with the gravity suit location being their last seed. But yeah, who knows what's going on this seed, and potentially wherever this door takes him to, he could end up running back through anyway. And this information right now could be, in his eyes, maybe more valuable than the items up there at the top. And again, only one of them accessible.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Crab Hole. So, for those of you that weren't with us in race number 1, we had French vanilla gravity in Addict, and both runners didn't end up going for it. So, that is very important. So,
yeah, and on the other side, this portal is working out.
Oh, hello,
it's telling us that if Eddie had decided to drop down, it would have been very, very costly to his early game time. With he would have gone to wreck ship, probably checked the boss, look at Dragon, and said no.
Yep.
But the other thing is that you're just moving forward with the seed now for Kipp. Like the knowledge gap no longer exists. You're in an area that has an item that you can collect at Mama Turtle, and then 2 more portals at the top. So
very exciting, and we get to go pet some turtles.
Yeah. Plus 1 for Kipp's routing decision at the beginning of this.
Absolutely.
Both seeds so far, it's worked out very nicely for him. And yeah, chat's been paying attention, especially to the drops, a lot more than I have for Eddie. But it has it's not been going his way. Especially you called out that big super drop, which, like I said, are rare. But the fact that Kipp got him and Eddie, I don't believe has gotten any. It's just taken a while.
Yeah, this is a long fight with just a little ammo. So
yeah, Kipp does not value the time it would take to get that energy tank. He could opt for a couple different kinds of bomb jumps to get him, but he says, you know what? I'll find other E-tanks. There's
nice
lots of fish in the sea, and there's lots of E-tanks on Zebus.
Oh my goodness, did you... Lots of fish in the sea. Kipp is in Meridia, and Eddie's fighting Dragon. Nicely timed, DJ.
Every now and then, I got a good
Nicely
one or two
timed.
in there. Yeah, more low percent ice tech with that gravity jump into that wall jump. That wall jump is very much not as easy as Kipp made it look, but like I said,
Eddie getting his
he's
plasma.
done that jump hundreds of
Now
times.
let's see where this leads. Pre-Aqueduct is leading us to set criteria right where Kipp wanted to be. Time to go check the moat.
Yeah. No
Moat's
CWJ
actually
needed
gonna.
here.
Yeah, Moat's actually gonna take us to DJ's house.
That
Or
would
DJ's virtual house.
That would be something. I don't think Doctor Strange and his portals have found me yet. I don't need video game characters appearing here. But yeah, we have somehow I thought where Eddie was going was the top right ship, but that's just because I didn't know where he was. But
Finally, Green Bryn Star.
we do still have an opportunity here for a little bit of divergence if Eddie wants to check where Gravity Suit normally is.
These supers. One. We got one super. This is finally where some of the ammo is going to pay off. That's an energy tank. Another missile. Be a super. It's just a missile. Oh. Eddie getting
There's a
whacked
minor
with
check
there.
Eddie's doing that I don't believe Kipp did.
Kipp did
The
not do this
spooky
check that I'm aware
missiles. You typically see it when wreck ship's off. We didn't come to wreck ship in the seed with wreck ship off, so dealing with the spikes on the ground, the spikes on the ceiling, and the spiky platforms that attack you. Eddie comes out of there pretty much scot free, and yeah, same decision. We're leaving Attic to be for now.
Yep. Pretty much that is the case here, so again, this is one super, 3 missiles, so not all the supers that Kipp wanted, but at least Kipp gets another one. 60 missiles, though. That's a lot of missiles.
It certainly is a lot. I think you'd be happy if you only saw power bombs and supers from here on. You don't need any more than 60, but
No.
at least for now,
Come
probably
on.
they're going to be
Be
picking up what they
something
see.
good. It's a grapple beam. Take that.
Yeah,
And one
I'm
missile.
going to say no to it. It's lost quite a bit of value. Things it's best for are, Dragon kill. We've already killed Dragon. If we were back in West Meridia, you could traverse the top of Everest a little bit cleaner with it, but I don't think we're going to be back there for a while. And if we are, it's because we find the other side of it. I was about to wonder where Eddie was going, and then he turned around. He's like, wait a minute, there's an item over here.
Yep. Kipp is flying. Eddie really needs this to break off being as linear as it has been, in my opinion.
Yeah, the knowledge gap has been closed, like we talked about earlier. The item gap has not. Eddie does still have that high jump advantage, but because of how the routing's worked out, as well as the difference in Dragon fights, this is still breaking Kipp's way so far.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see if high
And
jump
Kipp is
can,
going to find just a missile.
make some
Still
difference.
wants to collect them.
I mean, especially when you're already right here and the ammo distribution is what it is. You kind of just you take what it gives you. You can't just say, well, it'll pop some more supers later on. It might not. I think there was a seed earlier this tournament where it was only 10 or 12 supers or something like that.
Yep. Nicely done from Kipp. Oh, there's speed booster. Finally.
Very conveniently placed right before waterway. Love to see that.
Yes, we'll take that.
Here's another ammo check that Kipp didn't do.
Eddie's
Eddie
got
rewarded
most.
with the super.
There's-
Yeah, 70-20. So this is the kind of ammo distribution where one super is not an insignificant potential advantage. 75.
Ladies
taking
and
some
gentlemen,
deep
there are in
breaths.
fact 400 missiles to 25 supers in this seed. Total joke. Oh, nice spring ball. Maybe we'll see someone do some swaggy spring ball strats.
And he's got some different strats here in Everest with the high jump boots. Gravity jumps are a lot more lenient. But yeah, what's it Waterway? It's the various suit.
Oh, that's Varia. Kipp has the whole world open to him right now, and he is going to take full advantage. Eddie needs to... He needs Kipp to take an unfortunate death.
Yeah,
Eddie needs something.
He needs those high jump boots to, you know, be the difference. It's hard to see that happening here. I mean, we talk about it often. You know, speed only is awkward movement, and you know,
yep,
most people don't like it, aren't used to it, and you know, from Eddie's perspective, it's going to be way more comfortable, way more normal.
Yep, there's the Aqueduct, and Kipp is smart. Gonna go back and check Newbridge this game instead of ignoring it and moving on. Could be Torian all over again.
That would certainly be something, yeah. But,
yep. And you know, DJ, I was gonna say when we were in Retro Brink to start this, you know, about linear seeds versus like full crazy seeds. I was really hoping to not see a linear seed, and this has been. Let's face it, to me this has been pretty linear. And there's Croctor. So not Turian, but Croc.
But a dead end yet again, and we've only got two transition pairs left here, and one of them is the back of this East Meridia. So both of our players actually are gonna have full map knowledge here pretty soon. If Forgotten Highway goes to Turian, things are gonna be a little bit unfortunate for our runners, but otherwise, you know, it's gonna put them in Upper Norfair, and they're just gonna need to. Guess they're just gonna need to path to Lower Norfair after that. Which
yeah.
And if it puts them in Upper Norfair, that's where Lower Norfair is. That funny little loop over there with Business Center and Red Tower. But yeah, this is gonna be a quick one, and you were calling it out. I like to usually say seeds are as linear or as non-linear as you play them. This is one that's kind of hard to play non-linearly, especially from a meta perspective.
Yeah.
As we continue to get missiles upon missiles upon missiles. But yeah. One decision early on you could have made differently from Eddie's perspective, you know, would have worked out very badly. So he avoided that trap. And otherwise, like, you know, I mean, you can go right at the beginning, but people don't go right at the beginning because the left is just better. So, you know, we went where the seed took us, and it took us good places with good things in good orders.
I just wanted to see 3 races. Again, just selfishly, because both of these runners are so good. I just wanted to see amazing, insane, you know, an amazing, insane trio of races. And we have an amazing duo of races. I just selfishly want to see more racing. Screw attack.
And chat's correcting me about what I was saying with the portals. This goes to either Turian, top of West Meridia, or Chronic Boost here at the back of the place. So whatever I was saying about, you know, if it's not Turian, it's Upper Norfair. I'm not sure what my brain was doing at that time, but it wasn't the truth, that's for certain. And yeah, here's
thinking about food. Food.
Something that's going on. Yeah, you can see Kipp leisurely, you know, taking a sip of his drink here. He's got to prepare for a Ridley fight here, and he's got 90 missiles. He needed to get to at least 15 supers. He's gonna go all the way to 20, but this is not gonna be if this is Ridley exactly. It's not gonna be the fastest Ridley anyone's ever seen. You know, this is you know, no charge beam and 90-20. A very infrequently seen you know, ammo distribution for a fight of a Ridley, but you know, it's doable. You got quite a bit of ammo to spare as far as missing goes, but we'll see what this seed wants us to do right here as far as bosses.
And Eddie is going to get his Varia suit.
Yep, a little bit hard to miss, given the way that you went through this Green Brain Star, but Yep, we're gonna see what this boss is. A very, very welcome sight for that super, and yeah, not surprising.
Yes.
Kipp wants to missile this door.
It is the Kraid.
Yeah, with the fade out.
It is
So
Kraid. So
that farm
Ridley
is still gonna help later.
Yep, Ridley's hanging out normal.
Yep. So if this back portal is Upper Norfair, that's obviously the best. If it's West Meridia, it's still not too bad, just because, like I said, that will put Torian in Upper Norfair, and Lower Norfair is pretty close there. I just getting to Lower Norfair is going to be a bit of a trek. And if it's Turian back here, then still you're gonna have to come back here later. That's definitely the slowest option of the three. But we'll see what the various site wants for us today.
Eddie's about to find Karak.
Kipp is saving here. Think with the elevator ride, especially, resetting to here would be faster if he does find Torian on the other side of this track. But yeah, Eddie's gonna be Mazia looks at pipe missile once again, already having collected it. Eddie's gonna be most of this East Meridia behind. We'll see if he also elects to do these Aqueduct Miners. I'm assuming so. The ammo, Eddie, like I said, he has that super advantage over Kipp from Crab Supers, but other than that, they're pretty much even, I want to say. Can't think of another minor difference between them. Kipp knows about, of course, 2 more missiles in the back of Gauntlet if things start to get particularly dicey. I don't know if that's really on their path, but it's a thing that's available to them.
Eddie's also finding his 10,000th his 10,000th missile. My apologies. Also want to give a shout out. Thank you, C Scotty W, for the raid. We greatly appreciate. Hope you had a good stream. Kipp about to finish making his way through Forgotten Highway. We only have a couple checks left. Is this Redfish? Is this Upper Norfair? Where are we going to be going? Maybe it's Torian. If it's Torian, someone throw their controller across the room.
Onto a pillow gently, just to not harm anything, including the controller.
This would be terrible. This would be a terrible Torian door.
Ooh, and I was gonna say
terrible
it looks like it
Torian door.
So we're coming back here, and yeah, this is it's pretty much a double dead end Green Brinstar, funnily enough. So yeah, we're leaving here, and we're you know what I was just talking about with not knowing how on the way Gauntlet was? We're going, I think we're going there now. What's Crab Hole? Where's Crab Hole go? Crab goes to Meridia. Ah, no, we're not. Darn it.
Crab goes direct ship.
It does? No. Criteria Crab, not Meridia Crab. Which I actually think is going to get Kipp to go back to Crab Supers. Before probably. Actually, I don't really know, because like the top of Redfish, it goes to Upper Norfair, which is a better route into Red Tower and or Lower Norfair for where you want to go next. And lots of miners there, so Crab Supers is just a little bit out of the way from that standpoint. But with how few supers you have, you may still want to do it. We'll see what Kipp decides. But I was kind of hoping this was going to route into the 2 missile back of Gauntlet, just so we could, make it to an even 100.
Yeah. Nice 1 round from Eddie. For Kraid, Eddie's about to go find another reserve tank. Yep. Done with the reserve tank. So let's see. The only way out of Green Bran is Criteria. Redfish leads to Upper Norfair. We have to get to Lower Norfair, so What's our fastest way back to Business Center?
I mean, yeah, you're gonna come out of here at Moat. You're gonna go down Crabby and Meridia, and then you can just take Redfish into Upper Norfair, and probably do a bunch of minor checks on Bubble Mountain. Because we still need 15 supers plus 10 missiles equivalent. So unless you know, charge beams like at the first major location you check, like you need quite a few miners still. Oh, and Kipp does want Gauntlet, which was another option here. I don't think it's the fastest way to get. It might be fastest to lower Norfair, but it's going to put you in a position. Well, Bubble Mountain. Hold on. I have no idea. Where the miners are, this is kind of weird routing, and he's not even doing Gauntlet.
This is weird routing to begin with.
Well, you know it's 2 missiles, which is like the worst outcome, but like, you know, charge there would save you a bunch of miner hunting, as well as, you know, he doesn't know high jump isn't available. Some other movement item would be pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm. Eddie's about
he
to
wants
find
to come
Torian.
here. Oh, well, if this went straight to Upper Norfair, this was always better anyway.
Yep.
What happens when I don't look at my map? Alright, so we got a miner here. In all likelihood, I think we're going back a lower Norfair, which is just you know, a little bit of a detour here from the front of Upper Norfair, which is here at the top of the business center. But you know, some on the way minor checks there in lower Norfair. You've got Franker Z, you've got Hodarubi, you've got probably Jail. You're just kind of doing, and then you've got Power Bombs of Shame, and you know, maybe one of the 2 majors in your way will bail you out with charge, but otherwise. Otherwise, yeah, we're gonna be probably coming back into Bubble Mountain there.
Can we revisit Franker Z? What room is that? Because I'm so used to that from Fusion.
You will see it on your screen in about 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7. Get him. 3 Musketeers.
Yeah, that's the name of this item. I don't know why, but that's the name of
This
it.
is Franker Z?
Yeah.
We couldn't have just called it the 3 Musketeers item and have been done with it?
You know, you'd have to ask the deep lore holders of the Super Metroid community, of which I am not.
Oh, because it looks like a dog. Fair. There's the Franker Z emotes.
Double Super Start, that's definitely what we wanted to see.
At least
Kipp is
Mickey
defying
Mouse
me
makes
again.
sense. Not a dog, Franker Z.
Yeah, so Kipp's not doing jail. He's also not looking at jail. He's not interested in one of the slower minor checks, and like we said, what has otherwise been a pretty fast and straightforward seed. He also really doesn't care about majors. He has like I said, he needs one of each of the types of missiles, and I'm not 100% sure where he's gonna look for them.
I don't know either.
Power Bomb's a shame. He's definitely looking there, but after that, like, I mean, I think you're going through Bubble Mountain, probably.
I mean,
it's definitely going to get you what you need, and it's going to be the path I was talking about. Well, it's not even that, because Crocodor is just right there. I just didn't know where Crocodor went. That's the issue with my in-game routing from this standpoint.
Can we just actually like make this better than what it is? I mean, let's just call this what it is. Where Kipp went to Franker Z, aka a dog. Kipp should have to show their dog on camera.
You know, Sam is an independent woman. She does what she wants, and she's not here for, you know, the eyeballs of random viewers on the internet. She appears what she wants.
Puppies! I'm a big dog lover, in case y'all can't tell.
I expect if things hold and we see a 2-0 victory on Kipp's side, the dog will probably show up to congratulate him. You know, our animals, they're very close to us. They know our feelings. They can see, you know, the thrill of the victory, the agony of defeat. When Kipp, you know, if Kipp can take this win, Sam's going to know she's going to give him a big hug.
Super hugs!
Here's that Vanilla Ridley. We shall see if Kipp. He didn't check Firefly, so he's potentially not really thinking about majors. The charge would still be pretty good here, honestly. Like, it's charge plasma. It's not the worst beam ever. But because of how many missiles you have for your ammo fight, it's probably still better DPS. Someone in chat is going to tell me how right or wrong I am about that fact, but it's just an E-tank, so it doesn't matter. Oh, goodness. So Eddie did not take the same route here at the end of the game as Kipp, and I know that because he just checked beta power bombs, which is not something you see very
Not often.
And as a standard in the seed, just a missile.
Sorry, Chuck. Been a long day.
Okay, he went to the he just wanted to do these checks before going into Upper Norfair. That makes some sense. Kipp, honestly, this may be where Kipp goes instead of Bubble Mountain. Although
Yeah.
I think Bubble Mountain's probably just better. I don't know. And again, 2 missiles. That's what the seed has. It has missiles. Did you want something else? Nah.
Nope.
But with the 2 supers there at the beginning of Upper Norfair, that's gonna be enough for Eddie. It's that 40-60 equivalent. It's just trending towards the worst end of that ratio as far as missiles to supers. But no, Eddie does not want. Oh, Eddie's in Red Tower, so he can just do stuff from Lower Norfair from right here. That makes sense.
Kipp briefly thought about checking Fireflies too.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have minded on the way down. I mean, as well, like I said, he doesn't know high jump isn't there, but high jump would be pretty nice. Ice would be good. Charge again would end his ammo hunt, right at the finish line, but it would end it.
Yeah.
We have only seen 10 power bombs, which, considering all the misses we've seen, is good. But the minor items in that you're planning on checking right now could still just be those those power bombs, and those aren't going to help you kill Mother Brain.
So for what it's worth, I commentated a race for SRA earlier. Speedrunners Arena, where it was a 4-person race. We only had 5 power bombs headed into Torian. The amount of refills we had to do was long, was crazy, but oh so fun.
Yeah, we're coming into Bubble Mountain. Oh, Eddie gets a nice part of a Hodorigi special. Unfortunately, he missed the item on the way up, but and he didn't even want Hodorigi special. He just wanted to get the item, so it wasn't actually good somehow.
Yep. Oh, and Nitro, I completely agree with you. The person who ended up winning that had 10 power bombs. The other one had 5. I'm not disagreeing.
Another missile here at Bubble Mountain. I think I would have gone to Norfair Reserve.
Missile? Really? What a surprise.
And not gotten that missile, because if one of those is a super and the other is a missile or something like that, you would have been fine.
Kipp is so far ahead.
He really is.
So while we have this moment, while Kipp does his thing, !R in chat to go follow both of these runners. Tell them you saw them here. Go show these runners some love. !C in chat to follow. The commentary and tracking team, again, big shout out to my co-commentator DJ Webb. And our amazing tracker, the one, the only, Aussie.
So Kipp got that missile and left. Someone in chat that can do the very fine-tuned math better than me can, allude better to this. But if he's doing what I think he's doing, this is probably really smart. Because he can do right sandpit into the tube, and that'll be fine. But I don't think 105.35 to complete the game is he's also doing this less seen minor maybe than beta power bombs.
We get to see the only seahorses in the game, the green seahorses in the game.
Oh, such a reward! Nicely done.
Oh, that's huge.
Okay, yeah. So thank you, Natty. This was break the glass ammo for Kipp, which I had a feeling it was close to at the very least, but not something you ever really want to do. But you know, if you've got 105 missiles and you can one trip that, you know, not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Nope.
But yeah, rewarded with the super. I think I still expect right pit down in East Meridia. And get, you know, more comfortable than you currently are.
Eddie's
Mode
gonna
spark
go
for the
ahead.
fans.
Yep.
Probably not faster than grappling with a crash animation, but you love to see it anyway.
Shing, sparkle, sparkle. And interesting. So Kipp is electing to go straight to Greenbryn to Aqueduct instead of taking any of the West Meridia portals. Interesting.
Well, yeah, the only way into East Meridia is in Green Star, and this was the only way into Green Star. So,
You couldn't get through toilet and go up to East Meridia that way?
what toilet are you talking about? The toilet's in East Meridia.
Oh. My fault. Never mind. I don't know why I thought that connected to, whatever leads to Main Street. Don't mind me. How dare West Meridian not get a toilet? How do they go to the bathroom? Anyway, don't mind me.
So yeah, again, I expect Kipp to fall down the right sand pit here. 2 miners there. More than likely, you're not going to get double power bombs, and it's going to help you be more comfortable than the ammo you have, which is enough. The landing site super was pretty good. And yeah, we'll see. Missile, of course. Why would it not
Eddie
be a
did
missile?
find Turian. Eddie did find Turian.
Yeah, the only thing that's been different from our runners is literally exactly what happened at the beginning and X-ray. Those are the only.
Kipp, what are you doing?
I'd have taken that super every day of the week, twice on Sundays.
Oh my goodness.
It's not necessary, and every one of us that like knows ammo mode knows that, but I'd have taken it. I just would have. It feels better to hold the green super missile in my arms. Cherish it. Tell it what a good friend it's been. And you know, in this seed where
Love
there
it
weren't
like
a lot
a
of
child.
friends, you know, it makes you cherish the ones you have.
Yeah.
Hold your friends close. That's the lesson of this race, chat.
And Sosti also with the comment in chat, 1 toilet on the entire planet. Pretty bogus. That's fair, Sosti. Very fair.
You know, the space pirates need to unionize against the tyrannical mother brain. These are
They
these are
need to
toxic workplace
unionize!
environments.
Someone please make a Super Metroid ROM hack of the Space Pirate Union. Oh, I love it.
So yeah, Eddie's going here to lava dive. This was the portal we hadn't seen yet, so Eddie's showing us that our complete map knowledge was indeed correct.
Hooray! Thank
Taking
you,
a different
Eddie.
in-game route than Kipp has. And yeah, here we are in Turian. And we've been alluding to this 10 power bombs. Without Ice Beam, power bombs are going to be your mechanism to kill the Metroids here. You would prefer to have 12 power bombs as to not have to refill, but because of the way the area randomizer works, the that elevator that you just saw Kipp goes down gives you a refill of all of your equipment, including, you know, health, ammo, whatever. So you don't need to worry about it quite as much as you do in other race scenarios like vanilla map. So if Kipp doesn't get any drops here, more than likely he'll just leave out that door and come back. Yeah, if you get 1 drop, it's pretty okay to just keep going and hope for another, but this is the safe and consistent strat. Go back up this elevator, come back down. You can see he cared not for his health in that room at all. He's just gonna do this. So yeah, you're gonna see he's gonna get up top, and everything will be exactly as it is. And he's gonna go back down the elevator, and it's gonna be full.
That will allow him to get through the rest of the rooms with absolutely no problem.
Yeah. We're gonna see if Eddie rights the wrong of this race and picks up that super. That's what I'm looking for right now. Oh, and look, and he even skips the missile on the left. He's like, I want a super. Clearly, you can see what the actual winning strategies are. It's to pick up the missiles and not the super. Again, never listen to the commentator. What does he know?
We're just here so we don't get fined. Kipp is done. All Metroid rooms complete.
And he
Eddie
didn't get
heading up the toilet.
Yeah, he didn't. Either he didn't get a single power bomb drop, or he didn't collect a single power bomb drop in any of those rooms. So, thanks, Metroids. Your drop tables are great. We love that. But he didn't need any, which is, you know, a good thing.
Kipp didn't have the items necessarily needed for the baby skip.
Yeah, with this item set, it's definitely not the fastest nor the most comfortable baby skip. He was I don't think he was ever planning. And plus, you probably want to missile that first door anyway, so very guilt-free to just kind of do the tutorial this way.
Yep. Grim David taking a quote out of Shiny Zenny's playbook. It ain't over till Samus is on the ship.
Yeah, especially on the Vidal side, there's been a fair share of extremely close finishes.
Oh, a lot of close finishes.
On the randomizer side, the like frame differences, the 1 or 2 seconds are a little bit less common. But I mean, this has been a tight one throughout. Like we said, the big differences were the meme route check didn't work out for Eddie. Getting high jump definitely at least broke even. I want to say. Like, it's hard to actually say whether or not it was truly faster for Eddie to get it. Like, it feels like it kind of has to have been. But that's the thing that Kipp didn't do. And, like, the other difference is just the Dragon fight. And, between those is Eddie gets a powerbomb drop and he's going to continue. It's hard to say, just exactly how big the advantages were. And the other thing here, you need this speed zap skip. And Kipp's already reloaded the room twice. So...
Yep. This is
That's
one
the
of
third time.
This is an extremely tough short charge. So, anyway, in case we haven't mentioned it, this is a lower bracket elimination match. Kipp looking
there
like
it is.
he
Kipp is
about
through.
to win. Yep. Kipp looking like he's going to win this elimination match 2-0. So, Kipp coming into this tournament was, he's ranked 13th seed, Eddie the 3 seed.
Yeah, these seedings were definitely not like, rank the Super Metroid Randomizer community 1 to 32. I think anyone would tell you that.
Yeah, of course.
Kipp had taken a little bit of a break from Super Metroid playing between traveling and some work stuff, I know he said, and then died he forfeit his first qualifier after dying, so he didn't play his best in the qualifiers, and that's why he was the 13th seed, but if anyone ever told you that Kipp was the 13th best player in this community, you'd laugh at them and you'd move along. I think even still in the losers bracket, one of the favorites to win this tournament, from my own personal opinion. But yeah.
Eddie has high jumps, so Eddie's trying this baby skip.
Yep, and he's got an
it.
ability to do it. Yeah, that's it. Nicely done.
Nicely done, and Kipp gave Mother Brain a giant headache. And nicely done. Kipp is done with Mother Brain too.
Yeah. And Eddie with the extra super compared to the extra missile for Kipp. No need for the refill room. He's just plowing through this, and yeah, we'll see if he can make him some time here on the speed zap skip. Oh my goodness, so much room to spare. It's the controller. That's what I'm saying. Oh, got sniped there. It was only a missile though, so it's fine. But yeah, Kipp is out of, again, like I said, after the speed zebs Kipp, and especially once you successfully killed Mother Brain 2 out of the danger zone, this is gonna be, standard end game. Just a little bit awkward with no high jump in those escape rooms, but looking like Kipp's gonna take this one relatively comfortably. Which is no soft feed, and like we said, a seed that was pretty linear and against someone as fast as Eddie. Ooh, more missile misses, but again, that extra super really makes this a lot less, you know, close than it otherwise could have been.
Mm-hmm. These have been really good races, DJ. Really, really good races.
I agree. This did obviously an amazing showing for Kipp, and on Eddie's side, just some of it was decision making, some of it was just the way the maps were laid out.
Yep.
And yeah, just I mean, I called it out as soon as we saw that Dragon, like low ice experience on Kipp's side, as well as entering with quite a bit better ammo. That was a huge turning point time wise in this that Dragon fight. I'm sure
Yep.
Kipp will have some things to say about it when we
And
get him in here in a little bit.
Yep, and Nevdi awaits the winner of this best of 3.
Yep. We are getting into, like I said, after this, we'll have one more match in this round of 12 here in the lower bracket, and then, every race left will be in top 8. We've already had one winner semis play out between Slurs and Derp. Still looking for the Zeb versus a Real Cutie match to end up on the schedule. I know Cutie's had some difficulty scheduling, as well as, is also participating in the 100% tournament as part of this event, so they had plenty of time to schedule before they really needed to. Even after this is over, there's still going to be one round of losers before someone would be facing the loser of that match. So no sweat the time it's taken to get that in, but yeah, it's the nitty gritty, and like we've been saying, the matches never get easier, and yeah. Kipp is not a runner to be trifled with, not someone that you're gonna take lightly in any shape.
Oh, no, not at all. Both of these runners are phenomenal in their own rights.
Yeah, but the right person to stake your bets on this day was Kipp, who's finished in first place with an official race time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 44 seconds, a 2-0 series victory for Kipp. And Eddie is choosing to finish this one out, obviously, as you can see. Just got the escape to go. Very, very, tight race. It's only like it's under 90-second difference between the two runners.
GG's to both runners. Let's mark them both as done and get these folks in here for a post-game interview. Here they come.
We have quite a few majors outstanding in this one compared to the last. So, we're looking for 4 of the 5 beams. We're looking for space jump.
Yep. We shall see where they are. Eddie, Kipp, come on up.
I think they might have been waiting for the finish on screen, but we'll see.
They are.
And yeah, Eddie's finished in second place, official race time 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds. Like I said, that's what it's like 88 seconds or something like that. Very, very close. Okay, so 21 supers and 8 power bombs. I guess we just didn't run by them. All right, yeah, we are joined by both of our runners of this series. Good games to you both.
GG's.
Hey, GG. Eddie?
Yep, GG Kipp.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, those were some tough seeds. There was the map layout in the second one. Some of the first ones kind of going blank. I made a big mistake on the first one, but I would say these seeds were not particularly trivial, especially with like how nasty the map layout was on the second seed too.
Yeah. Though the
I'm
second
gonna take a quick time out and say hello to Sam. Hi, Sam. You get
Yeah.
your treats.
Sam was chilling and got a few treats at the end.
But yeah, sorry. Continue, Eddie.
Yeah, we were just talking a little bit also. It looks like Kipp saved a good amount of time on that Dragon fight on the first one on me. I think I wasn't very good about attacking the mouth like right away to get the drops done
Charge a grapple.
at the start, but
Wave a trade.
it was tricky otherwise. I know I probably had the advantage now that I'm staring at the screen. I kind of figured I had the high jump on Kipp.
You did.
Yeah.
On the previous one, yeah. So that probably helped me save some time. So, yeah, I'm very curious to watch this one back because it's kind of hard to keep track of everything that was going on. It was not the most straightforward seed, I think. Seeds.
Yeah, the high jump advantage, it was hard to tell because of how this one started. It like obviously like you're saying, like it seems like it should have been better, but it never felt like it mattered, weirdly enough. Like, I mean, obviously you're moving well, like you do, but it was never like, oh, like here's a room where Eddie's saving time with high jump. It didn't like stick out to me, but yeah, who knows? I don't have an eye for that like some people do.
Yeah, it probably saved a good amount of time, honestly.
Yeah.
Not as much as, if you know, you had to do like a tricky hypo jump or something like that, and that was like it came difficult. But like, yeah, I mean, like that was probably a net positive. So Kipp must have saved some beyond the Dragon fight. Kipp must have saved some time elsewhere as well. So I'd be curious. There's a lot to keep track of. I think the big thing about game 2 that I think Kipp said he did as well. I kind of don't know if I should have checked the back of East Meridia there. Normally I wouldn't ever do that, but the trek back from the front is pretty bad. So it was hard. You kind of have to make like a 66% chance play in my situation, at least there. I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't know if it was really good, but yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah, I'll turn it over to Kipp if you want to say anything about this one or the ones before that as well.
Yeah, really pleased to get the win in this one. Obviously, I made an announcement in my Discord earlier. I don't know if everybody out there realizes Eddie came into this series in individual tournament rando races, 20 wins, 2 losses. So,
Wow.
So I think it goes without saying that I knew what I was getting myself into with this one. I knew it was going to be a really difficult one, but honestly, I know I've been doing rando in a bunch of tournaments, but y'all, I think I had the best week of prep I've ever had for any opponent, like ever. I had a lot of fun prepping for this. I watched a ton of his races and runs. Eddie, I even scouted out some of your races that were offline. Like I found some of the races you were doing, and I went back and ran some of them and tried to scout like what I thought you were doing based on what I saw. And then I also leveled up myself in terms of a few places where I felt like I needed to shore up a few things. So anyway, I had a lot of fun prepping for this. I was going to feel good about this, win or lose, just because I was going to go out, kind of on a high note if it ended up happening. But luckily for me, the game plan I put together worked out pretty well. And yeah, I played really, really well micro-wise in the first game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did not play very well in the second one.
You
But
could have fooled us.
some of it's, speed without high jump, but honestly, just I struggled a little bit in some areas. But when you start playing these series like 2 or 3 games in a row and they're this long and it's rando and there's all kinds of weird circumstances, it's really difficult to be like a game all the time. So anyway, overall, I'm happy. Eddie had a great tournament, and looking forward to the next round against Nevdi.
Nice. So, Kipp and Eddie, can you just walk us through game 1 again? Game 2 was kind of linear. We saw you all take kind of the same paths, but Kipp, you came across Space Jump, and Eddie, I think at that point was ahead. Can you both just kind of walk us through what your thought processes were in game number 1? That seed was all over the place.
Game 1. I'm gonna have to really quickly check the VOD there because I don't remember too much of game 1, to be completely honest.
The biggest difference, and it kind of happened in both of the seeds, at the very beginning, the meme route check, Eddie, you did it both games, Kipp didn't. So like, especially in the first game, like you two just went completely different routes at the very beginning, and they like kind of converged at some point, but like the way that worked out was way better for Kipp in the first game. And in the second game, it was also way better for Kipp because he just ran across Main Street, you know, on path. But yeah.
Well, coming into this matchup, I knew I was going to potentially do that. For the record, I don't think that's the quote-unquote correct play like all the time, but I also don't think that checking the portal is 100% correct either. I actually think there's some leeway on this thing, although I'm under the assumption that just about every player probably goes and checks it. So I was really I got to shout out Aussie real quick. Aussie's track for us. Thank you, Aussie. But Aussie also is one of my go-tos for when I'm trying to do some training and like theory crafting. And so he got with me this week a little bit, and I told him, I was like, dude, if I go for this early skip based on some of the testing that I've done, I was like, and it doesn't work, everybody is going to kill me in the chat. But some of the races that he and I did together, you know, one way might work one way, or in another seat it might not work. There's some definite pluses and minuses to both. I'm not going to skip it every race. It just kind of depends on the circumstance and who I'm racing and all that jazz.
Yeah. It's definitely like most of the time it just works out completely fine. And then you'll have the extra PBs to kind of do what you want, especially going up. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like in a way, it's also coverage just in case it's like one of those dead ends that's like really important.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, but it's like, obviously you don't have, it's not like you're going to lose if you don't do it. It's just kind of like,
there's
just not a lot of people do it.
There are definite drawbacks when it doesn't go your way if you skip it. So, but the flip side is sometimes when you check one and you like continue, like that can be really strong, but sometimes that can be bad too. So it just kind of depends. These things are pretty complicated.
Yeah. And just for correction, Eddie wasn't ahead. Kipp, you had found Craig's Lair by going down to Main Street first, and then you came across Space Jump on Bubble Mountain. So Eddie didn't find Craig's Lair, I think, till last on Seed 1.
Yeah, I made a pretty big mistake in Seed 1. I thought I had full portal knowledge by the time I went to the back of LN. So once I kind of looked at my tracker and I looked at my map, I'm like, okay, Craig's at the front of LN. So I didn't even think twice. I just went straight to the back of LN and I reverse acid dive. And then Craig was, and then Croc was there. I'm like, oh God, I made a big mistake. And then I looked at my tracker, and because all the lines are overlapping, I realized that Main Street, I didn't check it.
Hey, real quick, can I tell y'all the real reason that I didn't check the portals?
You can say whatever's on your mind, Kipp.
So basically, one of the things that I wanted to get out of it was if I did it and was able to win the series, I wanted my future opponents to have to think about it for a week before they race me. Because
you told them now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not a play that I'm necessarily going to make every time. But psychologically, I'm interested to see if anybody adjusts and tries to match me to do it next time. So yeah, Nevdi, think about it for a little bit.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if people are going to try to match you. I think if someone believes that they might have like a strong execution advantage or something, then I think it makes sense to match. But I don't think people are going to think that about you. So we'll see.
Who has a strong execution advantage in Rando against me?
That's what I'm saying. I think it makes sense.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think you want them to know, maybe.
All I'm saying is from now on, no matter how much longer I last in this, I want every single race my opponent to check the portal, and then if it's a dead end, to wonder about like, oh crap, I just lost a minute to Kipp. Anybody want to spot me a minute? I'd love to have it.
Yeah, that one was interesting. I don't even know if the first one, like if I had done the whatchamacallit, if I had like realized that, I still don't even know necessarily if I'm going to win. Obviously that's like really devastating, but I think the time that
was
Kipp
pretty
finished,
far ahead, especially because he speed and ice and you didn't.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. Okay, that's pretty good. Did you check behind Ridley, Kipp? On the
Which
first one?
seed?
First seed. I
That was
remember
where
I
ice
failed
was.
on one of.
Yes,
Oh,
I did get ice. I think in the first one.
okay, that's rough. I think I ended up skipping that. I kind of was thinking about it again. I'm like, I don't think I should have skipped that. But
Ridley, no, hold on. I don't know if it was Ridley. It was Ridley's boss. Whatever boss was at Ridley was what had ice. It wasn't Ridley itself.
I feel like
Okay.
I checked Ridley both times, but honestly, dude, like a lot of this stuff runs together. Like
yeah, it's
after a
hard to
while.
remember.
Yeah.
I'll remember when I'll go back and watch the VOD, but right now, like game one is kind of just all mush.
Yeah, I can barely remember anything on game one.
But yeah, unless y'all have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer. But otherwise, I do want to say GG to Eddie. Listen, I've said this on my stream before. Like, you know, I'm one of the more experienced runners in terms of the rando tournaments, and I certainly am not shy to give my opinion. I like to, you know, chit chat. And in some ways, I kind of treat this like sports. It's like I love talking about it from a sort of analytical point of view. But I really, truly do believe that the best singular player in Rando League Season 4 in terms of performance across the board was Eddie. Like I've said that weeks and weeks ago. In fact, Eddie, I want to make a quick point. I was hanging out with Zeb and some other people at SGDQ this summer, and it was before y'all's finals match, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, y'all do not need to let Eddie have Chozo area for game 5. Like y'all need to block that from him. Like pick it in game 4 and don't let him run it. They didn't listen to me, and then you smashed. So anyway, and I guess now I accidentally just talked trash about Nebdi because I think he was the one that raced you.
Oh,
But anyway, I just want to close.
Accidentally, big
Yeah.
air quotes on that one.
I do want to.
You gotta say it. I trash talked you. You gotta say it.
No, it's okay.
Nobody wants to hear it. Trust me. I guarantee it.
When I trash talk, it's really all in good fun. It's just like me, you know, joking around with the boys or whatever. But I do want to say this about Nebdi. I really felt last year in the multi that Nebdi, he was the number 1 seed going to the playoffs, and I really, really felt like he was always a really good player, but he had really like elevated his game and gotten like into the tip-top elites of the game. And so this is going to be a really, really fun matchup for me. He and I have played a bunch in the past, but I don't think that the past races really matter in this upcoming one. It's been quite some time since we played each other one-on-one. So no matter who wins that one, it's going to be good because for him, it's going to be like, you know, another notch on the belt. I don't think he's ever beaten me in a series before. And then for me, obviously, it's like playing another elite player. So at this point, man, like every game is going to be rough. So I'm looking forward to it. But Eddie, it was a lot of fun to race you, and I appreciate you guys doing comms. I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Yeah, same to you, Kipp. Really excited to have, you know, gotten to play you in this. I kind of feel like, I mean, I very often get to play against like Nevdi's. QD's been playing a lot recently, so he's really stepped up his game too. But I've never gotten to. There's some people that I never really got to play that I really wanted to. You're obviously one of them, right? Because you have a long history of having success in Rando. So it's fun getting to play like, you know, like elite players that like I get to play like, you know, Nevdi and Zeb all the time. But like it's fun to get to play someone like I haven't gotten to play that's had a lot of success and kind of see how I fare up. Obviously, it didn't work out for me today, but you know, if we play again, I like my chances. I'd love to play you again in a tournament. It'd be so much fun. I had a really good time, honestly, and
yeah, I would love to match up.
I don't regret getting knocked out by you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I feel very strongly like a lot of these matchups, especially nowadays with how competitive it is, I think a lot of the matchups are really close to 50-50. I mean, obviously, sometimes people will have edge in different situations. It's really in a lot of cases, is seed dependent. I think how much edge someone has comes down to what type of seed they get, you know what I mean? And there are some seeds where some players will fare a little bit better than others. I do want to say one more thing that I forgot to say earlier. My buddy Mass is in the chat, so it's kind of a reminder. The Dash Randomizer, we've been working on a bunch of updates for the upcoming tournament for SGLIVE, like the in-person event here in a few months. And so we just rolled out our testing version of all the new stuff. We've got full area randomization. We've got ball shuffle. We have the ability to toggle on or off some of our new features. So it's like if you like some of the features, you can turn them on. If you don't prefer some of them, you can just turn them off instead of it being baseline. And we have a brand new HUD for our full countdown. So we would love it if people got out there and tested some of our seeds for us and just gave us some feedback. One other thing we're excited about, we're just going to test this. I'm big on like trying to play different ways and compete different ways. But we have Boss Shuffle turned on, but the boss that you defeat will turn on the location where you are. So like if you're in Wreck Ship and Ridley's in there, but you beat him, Wreck Ship will get turned on. I'm really curious like how that will change some of the meta for Boss Shuffle, but we'll see if people enjoy it. Hopefully it'll be cool. And so y'all get out there if you can and give us some feedback.
Cool.
Kipp, I have one little request for you.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. Can I hear at least one sentence of trash talk to Nevdi? I think he deserves it. So
You
I'm
want me to
talking a lot of smack right now.
I need to hear something, Kipp. Come on.
You want me to trash talk Nevdi?
I do.
Yes.
You can blame it on me. You can blame it on me.
Do it.
Nevdi, you have the most trash hours you're available to race in the entire community.
All right, fine. That's acceptable, I guess.
I was gonna say that Eddie actually did the
That's a
trash
cop-out.
talking for Kipp when he specifically referred to Kipp as elite and not necessarily the other people he races with frequently. So I think he did it all for him. Eddie.
No. I was saying I've raced
you
elite
very
people.
specifically pointed out how elite Kipp was, and it was
No, I did, but I said
whatever.
I get to. It's fun getting to play other elite people, is what I said. Wait, how is this turning on me? I'm trying to get Kipp to trash talk Nevdi here. It's not me.
Hey, you go undefeated for a whole tournament. We got to get our licks in when we can. Okay.
Now, everyone's looking.
Listen, there's no need to trash talk Nevdi, and there's no need for him to trash talk me. I think we both know what the deal is. So
Okay.
it's gonna be a real competitive one. We're both
Ark has
ready.
a lot of trash talk in chat right now. Ark is trash talking Zeb, trash talking Sloters, trash talking both of you because you're in the losers bracket, and Ark's still in the upper bracket. So Ark's doing a lot of trash talking. Oh, that's too funny. All right, I got one last question, DJ, before we get out of here. Eddie and Kipp, what's one thing you both liked about your runs that could be in either game?
Eddie, you go first because Sam's whining. I'm gonna let her out like 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, what was the question again?
What's one thing you liked about either one of the races?
Either one of the races. Well, the first one was cool. I mean, I ended up losing by like a lot, which is why I had to forfeit. But I got to do a UWJ at the back at the given moment that my game state was in. That was definitely the best play. So I was getting kind of excited, like, oh man, this is really cool. But obviously, things didn't work out for me. Seed.
Very
I
cool.
completely forgotten that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, I guess it's kind of twofold. Like, really, game one, I really just felt like fully in command of the race from start to finish. Like, there was never really a point where I was confused about what I was trying to do or what I wanted to do. And luckily for me, a lot of the things that I did just kind of worked out. So when you have a performance like that, not only in terms of the macro of it, but also like I felt really good about how I played. Micro-wise, when you have a performance like that, I actually feel like it almost doesn't matter if you win or lose, because it's like if somebody were to beat me in that one, I would have just been like, cool, like I feel great about how I played. So to me, it's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're all competitors. We like to win, but I'm much more concerned with how I feel about how I played more than I am winning or losing. But I really felt like I was in a good place in that one. In total, though, I would just say overall, like, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, I guess this is a compliment to Eddie. I'm not saying that other players don't inspire me, but I was like, I looked at his record. I've watched a bunch of his races. I knew how strong he was, but I also felt like, I feel like I'm a really strong rando player too. So I felt like this was going to be a really good test to see how I could manage some situations versus him. And win or lose, I was going to feel good about it because I really enjoyed the prep work. So this was really fun. I'm not exaggerating here. This is probably one of the most fun series I've ever had. So thanks, Eddie.
Yeah, awesome. Until next time we meet in a tournament, it's going to be great.
You coming to SGLIVE, Eddie?
I'll think about it.
I
don't
wish
know
you
if I
would,
can,
man.
but I'll
Yeah.
think about it. I thought about it. I don't know yet, but maybe we'll see.
Very cool. All right, DJ, I got nothing else. Take us out of here.
Alrighty, so currently upcoming, the only match on the schedule is tomorrow, starting at 7:10 p.m. Eastern. We have the final losers top 12 match between Bressingham and Audra. Currently, no crew signed up, so all of our Super Metroid fans in here, if you're available, then feel free to sign up. We can get that one to restream. Should be a good match, like I said at some point in the past. Rematch of round of 16 match in last year's tournament should be a good one. Other than that, like we said, upcoming matches include Kipp versus Nevdi and QD versus Zeb, and then obviously the winner of that match, Breast versus Audra, will play MM2 NES cartridge. So lots of exciting matches come up. Stay tuned to the Speed Gaming family of networks if you are interested in finding those races. We'll give one more shout out to our racers as well as the commentary team. If you enjoyed what you saw here tonight, feel free to give any of us a follow. And with that, we are out of here, and we will see you next mission.
Latest, peoples.